We've been battling the hard AI on the Gloomhaven digital app. We really like this platform. Come along and check out how to beat the Black Barrow. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. This is Legendary Tactics. All right, we're rolling here. So we've got the Brute and the Scoundrel that I've decided to go with in this. Now, I should also mention this is the hard level. So we're going to be playing the hard AI here, and there's they recently.
You haven't taken on the insane one.
No,
yet?
I did. I did actually give it a little try, and boy, that is quite. I'd love to hear in the comments if anyone's actually successfly conquered even the first step there, because that's hard.
This is the first mission.
Yeah, that is hard.
Oh boy.
So the Brute and the Scoundrel, and I've really enjoyed actually working with these two characters. They're a lot of fun starting characters, and I've had a good time with them.
Yeah, so you leveled up your Brute, so I assume this isn't your first.
Yeah, so this city encounter is kind of cool to take a quick check on here. So. Sure. With this option here, make sure that you accept the coin that you want to go investigate, because it will unlock Temple of the Eclipse.
Ooh,
so there's your new secret location. Yeah. So
Yeah, nice.
Whenever you get the card that asks you to look at investigating a coin, always investigate. You may or may not get that. I think they actually randomize them a bit, but you may end up getting that side mission.
Yeah, the encounters are always really fun. It's a nice way to spice up the story a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. That's right. It often leads to certain perils and grief for you, but that's part of the challenge of it.
Yeah. So what cards did you You're sorting through your cards and picking your equipment. What's your thought on all that?
Well, the Scoundrel, I'm trying to get... So one of the things is I noticed that the bottom half of the cards often don't have a lot of good attacks. And a lot of... So they're more of the moving actions, the healing actions, or defensive actions that, but not necessarily attacks. So I've always tried to get at least a card or two from each character in there that's going to be an attack. So I can do when you're right beside an enemy, you can do a double attack on them right away. You get at the top half and then the bottom half both attacking. So. So that's one thing just to keep considering, and then of course pairing the top halves and the bottom halves together to get your best. Your best result.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. So that's your general approach, eh?
Yeah. Try to, and again, you need a little bit of movement in there, and then of course every character kind of has their own special flavor.
Yeah.
So I know you've dabbled with the Scoundrel a little bit.
Yes, I really like the Scoundrel. I think the Scoundrel's fun, and probably combines really well with the Brute, actually, because Scoundrel's great at ranged attacks, and the Brute can get in there and be the meat shield.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Another neat mechanic too is this the encounter as you're traveling to the destination. I kind of like that as well. Now this one particular one here, clear the rocks in the paths or escape. It doesn't matter which one you pick there. You're always going to get burned. Just so you know.
Oh no way! Oh, he's tried it.
I've played it enough to realize it doesn't matter which you pick.
Yeah. And this guide's meant to be for beginners anyway. Where there's some serious Gloomhaven players out there that we're not going to be able to teach them anything they don't know. They're going
and please, if anyone sees stuff in here, I'd love to better my own game. So if you're watching and thinking, oh, you could have done that, I'd love to hear from you. So please comment below. Let us know. Let me know where I could even improve my own game. It'd be awesome. But this will be a win.
Subscribe while you're at it.
Yeah. Click that bell.
Yes.
But this will show you a win on the hard level. So we're definitely going to be walking through that today.
Good.
So
good. Yeah. So what are your initial thoughts with this?
Right off here you have to do this the objective for each of them. So we're just gonna
And I find this one, it's sometimes hard to pick.
Yeah, I mean, this was not bad.
So
like for the scoundrel, kill one elite monster, so I have to try and navigate that throughout the course of the.
Yeah, that's fairly easy though. But there's some which are like lazy ones where you don't want to do any, you don't want to kill anyone or something.
Or take only short rest or take only long rest, right? So
yeah. Sometimes the gameplay doesn't allow for that.
Yeah. So now I had to discard from that from the, I believe it was
the event.
Yeah, I had to discard 2 cards, which is not a huge deal. They just go into the discard pile to be reshuffled. But so I'm just trying to look for things that definitely won't really be of effect early in the round here. So
yes. So now you're facing the three bad guys here as well. So. Yeah. What's your general setup like? What did you find worked well for you?
Well, you've got to worry about initiative. That's one thing that you got to keep. And one thing Scoundrel has a lot of is great low initiative cards.
Yes. So, if you want to go first, you usually can.
Yeah, pretty much with Scoundrel. Yeah. So, and then the Brutes aren't quite as good as the Scoundrels, but they're not terrible. So, it just sort of is a bit of a crapshoot depending on where the enemy where they turn up for initiative. But what I'm thinking is try and get some hits on. Try to eliminate at least one of the 3. ASAP, basically, as soon as you can, and hopefully without them even getting a fire off. But we'll see if that can happen or not.
So do you want to go second though, probably, and let them come to you? Is that kind of the general?
I'm going to try to rush in. I'm going to try to rush in because I want the first initiative. So I have there's so for that Scoundrel card there is attack 2. Now it's only but it is a distance of 3. So so I'll be but I can hit 2 of them for 2 damage. So right away we can start whittling them down.
Yeah.
And then
I find this one can be, it's a lot longer a scenario than you expect, especially if you're a new player. Just plan on, it's not just this room, it's not the next room, it's the next room.
Yeah.
You got to really manage your cards. Don't burn too many cards too early because you're gonna exhaust yourself pretty quickly.
And actually what I did with the Scoundrel was went last because I am going to be going from a range, so if they want to come up to me and attack me, fine, but so my plan is
I would assume that
what I'm kind of leaning towards is move in with the Brute and then attack 1. And then from a range with the Scoundrel, hit the other. Like you were saying, that sort of that the combo idea.
Yes.
Where the Brute's up close, and then.
So is the Brute going to take a lot of damage here, though?
Well, I've got that. If you look at that lower half, the move 3 and push 2, so I can actually push whoever's near me out of the way, and I'm going to push that elite out of the way. So.
Now does that
just get
interesting?
Pushed him over that way.
Yeah, I guess that separates them. nicely. You can focus.
And then I can just focus on the normal baddie there.
Yeah.
So I might take a damage from that one.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be.
Well, the other ones can charge. They usually charge an attack, don't they?
They can charge an attack. Yeah. And I did have a healing potion there. Oh, and he's already gotten a retaliate. So.
Oh.
Now, just a little word on damage. Yes. If you notice, I just took 4 and I just took it right away, and there's a 3, and again, I'll take it. Early in the round, I don't mind taking the damage as long as it's not too high. Like I think for 5, it's worth maybe burning a card, but like you were saying before, those cards are pretty valuable, and you don't want to give up on them too quickly.
Yeah, geez. Now, what do you do with the Scoundrel? Because you don't want to.
So I'm going to zip him in behind.
I've made
right
this
behind
mistake before.
Right behind the Brute there. So he's kind of tucked away because he's a bit squishy.
Yes, he is.
So that way he's buffered by the Brute. Plus, they all have their retaliates on right now, so it's not really worth. Because if you hit them close range here, then in a melee attack, then you're just going to hit yourself too, so
you're gonna exactly, it's gonna be so
that bottom half of that Trickster's
nasty.
Reversal there where it's you suffer no damage, that's a really nice bottom half of a card there.
Yes, that's great. Yeah,
I do
awesome.
like that,
especially the combo with attack 3.
Yeah, and just for those that are maybe still learning, but I just tried to take that the normal character out there. But if you can take out a character who has retaliate on, and you kill them in the one shot, you take them out, you don't actually suffer the retaliate damage because they're dead. So
yes, that's good.
Yeah, it's kind of a nice. And I'm going to heal up my brute here. He's getting a bit low, and I have a feeling he might get lower in this particular exchange.
Yes, that's.
But
so that's too bad you haven't taken any of the baddies down here. That's
not quite. Yeah,
I guess you.
Yeah,
you're going to take the healing potion.
Yeah, because there's 3, and I don't want to get too low right away here and use it up.
Yeah. Oh, that brute's taking a lot of damage.
Another 4
so
hits.
do you? Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah. So luckily the scoundrel has that block on.
Yes, that's perfect. So what is the items like? You always bring a healing potion. That's for sure. Right?
Yeah, and actually I forget. I'm trying to remember the name of it offhand, but basically it's a trinket that allows whenever the enemy hits you for double attack, it cancels that out.
Yep.
And it actually cancels out half.
That's
so
perfect.
Yeah, and I just am blanking on the name right now, but it's a good one to look up in the store anyway. If you get in there and
nice,
check that one out.
Yeah, it prevents the critical hit.
That's right. Yeah. So that critical _2 is not going to ever happen to you. So it's a nice buffer.
Oh, that's nice.
So
yes.
So I actually really like on special mixture there for the scoundrel. It's move 3 and poison 1 adjacent enemy. I really like that card. That's a really good lower half event.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always found in general that it's great, but it poison sometimes works a little bit too slowly for my liking.
Yeah.
Like it'll it's not very often that especially in this scenario where the bad guy is going to linger around. If you're letting the poison finish them off, you're probably not doing too well.
That's true. It's more for just that nice slow burn. And actually, this one here on Trample is really awesome as well. Now, it's a burnable card, but I'm going to hit all 3 of these guys as I move through them for 2 attack.
Nice. Yeah.
And then it sets me up too for attack 3 and
so. Yes, you burn the cards, eh?
I did that one. Yeah, I do it grudgingly.
Yeah. It makes me so nervous. It makes me so nervous.
But to really because you couldn't really do better than attack 3 enemies.
Yes, that's true.
With that card, so I was like, it was worth the burn. And there, speaking of burning, I burned one of Scoundrel's cards to not take 5 damage. So.
Yeah, that's probably worth it.
Now, one thing I should mention here is, and it's a strategy I used, is once this room is clear of this bad guy, you can't dilly-dally too long.
Yes.
But you can kind of take a moment and heal up a little bit if you want to take a long rest. If you're in a good spot for that.
Yeah.
Or
it's amazing how little time this one always feels like such a time crunch.
Oh, huge.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then you just get the two boots. Yeah, so you definitely want to finish. So I think you're in your third
cycle here.
I'm not sure if it indicates around here, but probably third round.
Probably that sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
So it's a good chance just to I got to heal up. Now's the time to do it. Yeah. And in fact, I took a long rest with the brute there just to get him an extra.
Yeah, that's
an extra blow because he's going to need it. Yeah. Because in the next room over is not any easier. So.
Yeah, and that's again, I think for newer players, like you have to really budget your
cards.
Your cards and your health. It's funny because you think, I cleared this room, this is great, and then you discover there's another room, and then there's another room,
and because we're doing it's completely, we're all spoilers here. There's 3 rooms here to go through, so it's it doesn't get any easier really. So
yeah, absolutely. So what are you doing with the? Here, you're just doing some healing?
Yeah, so I'm going to heal up my scoundrel a little bit. I took the long rest with the brute.
Yep.
Now the scoundrel, because I actually know where the next guards are positioned in the next room, I'll be able to actually move in and poison one of them right off the hop. So there they are there.
Yes. Yeah.
So I was able to get in there and poison him, and I can do... Now, I don't really want to do that attack, too, because it's a burnable card.
Yeah, it burns the card.
So I'll just do a regular attack on him.
Yeah. Again, you need every card. I remember the one time I was playing this just solo, and I literally finished the game. I think I had one play left. And, I just used my card, and it was just crazy.
It actually makes you...
The last play.
It makes you... It makes you play your last turn too, and if you can't play it, then you actually lose. So it's you have to finish out. So here I actually did a little rethink of things. I was like, you know what, I'm going to heal, and I'm actually going to loot one around me because I can pick.
What a joke.
I know.
His buddy's like fighting for his life,
and I'm up here just getting money and health. Don't worry about.
Oh,
well, see,
man.
they had the retaliate on, so I was like, what's the point of going in there and getting?
Yeah, it's true. So, your scoundrel took a hit there, but I didn't see you click pretty quickly.
I think I had a block on it. Yeah, that had a shield.
You did. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So
yeah,
I think it was a deflect 1 damage or something. So
yeah.
So now I'm gonna. I will get my brute into the action here. He needs to cruise up and start, knocking some skulls around.
Yes. So you're looking to get the advantage.
Yes, here because I want to, especially for the scoundrel, because you want to get I'm hoping to wipe out that normal guard there before it does more.
Yeah.
And I have a 10.
But
I have a nice low.
Scoundrel's down to just a handful of cards too.
Yeah. So we've got to start being a little conservative.
This will be the last
here.
round before.
So now my plan with 60 is the Venom Shiv is to actually use that 5 and move up to the Archer, because that Archer just sits in the back and starts pegging you.
Yes.
So and then that'll sort of evade.
But you miss out on the target.
I know. So I think I'm going to do that before I leave. Actually. I didn't quite get him. That was what I wanted to get. But that's okay. I whittled him down for the brute, who can come in behind me now and clean up the mess. So
yes, there you go.
Yeah. So I do have an attack 3 range here, so I can hit. Yeah. Now the dilemma is: do I waste 2 of the attack on that one, or do I, hope for a +1 on the other? I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with the +1 here. Oh, I didn't quite get him. All right. So.
Yeah, you didn't. Yes, I find sometimes with the negative battle cards, I find that sometimes you just need to take the bad guy out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now there I have to, because that would have wiped me out, so I actually have to burn one of my cards.
Yeah,
here,
you got to burn a card here. Yeah.
Not great, but
yeah, I guess it depends on how much money you're starting with, but it may not hurt to have a couple healing potions in there.
No, and actually I did have 1. So this is pretty early off in the like I haven't had a chance to really build the characters up to. I think one's a level 2 or 3, so they're still pretty low.
Your brute's level 2.
Yeah, we haven't done a lot of build up yet. So these are pretty well base cards. So
yeah. But you can see you well, I guess you're in reasonable shape, but yeah, you don't have a lot of options left.
No, see now there's that attack. So on that 23 card there, the Thieves' Knack, the bottom of it there, there it was right there, is an attack 3. So I can do. I'm definitely going to be using that one this time, because I want to do all the hits I can on that Archer.
Yes, finish him off.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't use the lower half of that on the flanking strike card, because I don't have my the brute's not up there with them, but that's all right.
Oh, that's good. Did you? Yeah,
oh, 1 away! Darn.
1 away. That's
so actually, I think that poison is going to kill off that 1 guard now. So there's where poison actually works, eh?
Yeah. It can help, but it's just, I find that it's not, you can't count on it.
No. It's just a nice slow burn.
Yeah. So you're going to take out, well, I guess you got the leaping.
Oh, actually, I have the attack 3 for both of them, so 2. I can,
Yeah.
So this is a bit of a risk, because the retaliate would have really done me in, but nope, that's fine. And then I can go up and...
You're good.
Oh, I was debating getting that gold or not, but we have to start making our way to the next room already.
You don't, There's not a lot of time in this, and that's where I think beginners really need to keep in mind.
Yeah, and I'm taking another long rest with the brute, trying to heal him up a little bit. And also choose the card I discard, because of course with the short rest you don't get to pick.
Yeah.
You do have
do
have that 1 health burn that you can throw away and get a new draw, but it's still random.
Yes. Yeah, it is. Yeah. And really, like, you don't. You would think you'd love to have the luxury of of clearing out a room. Each character takes a long rest, and then you move on to the next one.
That's right,
and then
but it's not.
Wipe out that room and loot. Collect some loot while
Oh
you're
yeah,
at
loot
it,
too,
and,
right? Like zip around.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. There's not enough time in this scenario.
There's barely enough time to keep yourself healthy and just get to the next room. So
Yes. Now, you don't have the card which disarms the traps?
I do have it, but it's currently buried. So I think I'm gonna be.
Oh.
Yeah, it will make an appearance, but so I can hit this archer for 2 here, and I just don't.
Yes, good.
Okay, there, that's fine. Although a ×2 is a bit of a waste, but whatever.
Yeah, well, it's a random draw, so there's not much you can
job done though, right? So
that.
we
So
we have this.
So
trap.
how do you get? Yep. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, we have this trap here. So I'm taking the long rest with the brute, and then I believe how's the scoundrel's doing pretty low too, actually. So, the scoundrel does have a disarm trap card though. So.
Yes.
So
which is great. It's a great card, but sometimes
Oh, it saves a ton of damage.
It can do, yeah. Depends on the map, obviously, but I find that card is sometimes tough to keep in the deck because there's obviously there are better ones and ones that are better cards that are less situation specific.
Yeah,
I prefer.
So we're doing a quick heal up just round here. I'm not looking at progressing or anything. I just want to get healed.
Yeah.
I had some cards to use up, so I thought I'll use the cards and. Now, I was tempted to move 2 down to that the treasure chest, but
get
some gold.
Yeah, but no, unless you're just banking the gold for.
It's not worth it though because then
to give it another another run.
It would cost me another action just to get back up to the trap and
Yeah, you don't have the time.
No, you don't have the time, so we have to keep rolling here. Now, I'm going to probably take a short rest with the scoundrel. I think scoundrel's out of cards.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to keep in mind now, like, order of operations here. So I don't want the brute going first.
Yes.
So you got to make sure that you just sort of play it right here that your scoundrel's going to short rest. I have to make sure that the disarm doesn't get... I hate to lose that heal card.
Yeah, it doesn't get discarded.
Didn't want to burn that heal, but it had to happen.
No, I know.
So there's the disarm trap.
when,
I can make sure that one gets in. And now, that'll be played before the brute, so we're fine there.
Yep.
And then we'll be moving into the final phase of the Black Barrow.
The final room. Now,
which is no picnic either, by the way.
No. No, and this is what I find really fascinating about Gloomhaven is this decision making between, you've got your card supply dwindling, and you have to try and, make the best with a dwindling action deck.
That's right.
And,
That's right. And
it's a really neat
and that whole the short rest, long rest mechanic too is a really kind of a cool because yes, you can short rest and not lose your turn, but at the expense of a random discard, right?
Yeah.
So
which could be just your throwing knives, your
like something really critical that you don't want to lose.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And you can take a health hit and keep it.
But then you another random card, right? So it's it may or may not be any better. So
yeah.
So that was a hard decision to make. So even here, losing 4 damage. Oh, that was a bit of a gift. The 0.
Yeah. Get that brute in there to do some damage.
Yeah. Now, the scoundrel did have a move 5, and I could have moved 1 more over, but then I would have been further away from it, and I got to get in there. So I actually only purposely moved 4 spaces.
And remember, if you're using ranged attacks, you don't want to aim at someone adjacent because then you automatically are less effective.
Yeah.
So,
and so
just for newer players, just keep that in mind. Even though you have got a skeleton right next to you. But I like how you use the furniture there. You've got the scoundrel protected.
Yeah, there's a bottleneck, right?
That's a nice. Yeah, that's a nice touch,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
Because that means the
archers can hit them, so that's one of the reasons I'm working on the archers too right away, is to lower that arrow attack.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I'm going to have action here to actually hit the one out right away.
Yes, hopefully.
And,
yep.
So there goes, perfect. So one's down.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But not the other one.
And I'm kind of stuck here. Moving 2 and looting boxes, not really much to do, so I'm just pretty much going to...
Skip.
I don't...
Yeah, there's not much you can do there.
Yeah. It was mostly to get that one archer out of the way, which mission accomplished.
Yeah,
so.
which, yes, that's fine, yeah, but... Yeah, overall, I think you're in good shape, but yeah, you're running low on
So I am going to do a burnable card here and just pray that I don't get a 0. All right, good. +1 actually was just enough to wipe it out, too. That's perfect. So I got through the first skeleton there. I can zip in and now work on the archer.
And grab some loot while you're at it.
Yeah, I'm going to tend toward leaving the scoundrel in the back 40 there, because scoundrel does not have a lot of wiggle room for damage. So
but you're doing pretty well in terms of your available cards.
See, that's one I might actually redraw, because I don't want to lose the attack and the attack on both ends, on both halves. Because this way I can sit there and just chisel away now with.
Yes.
There's the one attack, and I could do another attack and a push.
Jeez, yeah, it's a tough call.
But we're getting down, so I'm down. Yes, Brute's down to 4 cards. So that's
not a lot of rounds left.
1, 2, 3 more turns, basically. Is what I got with the Brute.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll have to see how the scoundrel's faring. I can't imagine much better. So, but this is the thing with Gloom too. You get to the end of the scenario and you are just kind of like, what do I have left right in the tank?
Yes.
So the scoundrel, actually, scoundrel's gonna have 4 as well, I believe. So,
yeah.
Now the scoundrel doesn't quite have the same burn ability. You're actually in reasonable
shape. Yeah, you're actually in reasonable shape here to finish them off. But it just shows, again, just for beginners watching this, you can't dilly-dally. No. Maybe just a little bit, but you got to keep moving forward. You have less time than you think you do.
Oh, yeah. Especially when you're going through a scenario for the first time and you have no idea what's going on.
Yes. So just assume there's always another room.
Yep. And more baddies to fight. And yeah.
Yeah.
So I got to get my scoundrel in a little closer range here, because I don't have. I would have only been able to hit one of them, so I'm gonna zip in, and we're gonna hopefully try to wipe out that archer before the archer can wipe us out. So.
Yes, that's good.
And I get the extra bonus of a +2 because my Brute's beside the archer. So.
Yes, that's huge. Yeah, it's all those synergies where when an opponent is near, or whatever, adjacent to an enemy, you got to pay attention to those and make sure that you're always taking advantage of them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So here, I'm going to get my Brute into position to actually use the attack 3. And even though the skeleton does have a double shield on, which is a bit punishing, it's gonna whittle down a bit.
But you got
and I got a ×2
with a critical hit.
So that really helped matters, actually.
Yes, that is.
And quite frankly, I was down to brass tacks here. So
yes, for both of them.
All I can do is
very little.
Now the archer does have, the scoundrel has the long range and a up close range attack, but I'll just try and end it right here. And there it is.
Nice.
Okay.
There you go.
So victory. Now it does, as I was saying earlier, it makes you play out the turn, because if somehow both my characters die from being poisoned or something,
you just walk across a couple of
exactly.
Something like that. You may as well grab some gold while
That's
you
what
can.
I figured. I'm like, I'm gonna hit some gold up. And
that's perfect.
Yeah. So
you actually it feels like it was close, but not. Like you had something in reserve still. It wasn't, just barely.
Yeah, there were a few lucky draws, but there were, I guess battles, but there were also some unlucky battles. especially at the
Yes.
beginning there.
Yeah.
So I think that sort of balanced itself out, and I think it was
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's great. No, you did that really well. And for those of you who've watched this far, we hope you got some value out of it.
And if you had any ideas, suggestions, please let me know. Let us know in the comments below. It'd be great.
Yeah. And thanks so much for watching. This is
Legendary Tactics.